At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our first two commencement speakers. Bronwyn Meldrum, our class valedictorian, will present her speech entitled, Piecing It Together. Bronwyn will be followed by Jackson Fogel, who will present his speech entitled, Connections, the Meaning of Life. Would you please come forward?
So, for those of you who haven't yet figured out that I'm a nerd, I like doing jigsaw puzzles. They can be relaxing, but have you ever experienced the frustration of having one piece missing at the end? It takes away all of the satisfaction of finishing and feels incomplete, because it is. Every piece is important. Sometimes puzzles have vast numbers of similar pieces. I once did a puzzle of St. Basil's Cathedral, and there were probably over 500 pieces that were black sky. They all looked the same, and to find where each piece went, I had to try every piece in every spot. But the thing about puzzles is that though those pieces may have looked the same, they were all slightly different shapes, and only one correct piece could fit into its designated place. Eventually, I found where each piece went, and since it was new, no pieces were missing. But if one piece had been missing, even in that black sky where all of the pieces looked the same and weren't the main focus of the puzzle, that empty spot would have stood out, and no other piece would have been able to fill its place. Like the pieces of a puzzle, each of us is unique. We all have a place where we are needed, a role that no one else can fill quite the way we can. Even in the times when we feel inadequate, or that we aren't needed and people could move on without us, like we are just one of hundreds of pieces of black sky, never forget that there is no one quite like you, and you personally are needed to complete the puzzle. No one is perfect, so don't try to be. Focus on being the best person that you can be each day, and rather than looking at others and trying to be like them, keep growing towards a better version of yourself. Not everyone can be a part of the colorful St. Basil's Cathedral, and not everyone should be. Some people's goals involve fame and money, and that's okay, but do what makes you happy. Forcing a puzzle piece into a place it is not meant to be ends in bending or breaking the piece. Work hard, but if your work takes you away from what is most important, like your health, family, or life goals, step back and reevaluate. Sometimes it takes a new perspective to see what you have been missing, and seeing your current situations with a long-term perspective can help to alleviate stress and reveal just how insignificant the setbacks of today may be when viewing them with the eyes of tomorrow. Remind yourself where you want to go, who you want to be, and then calm down. Chances are that bad grade, mean comment, breakup text, or other rejection, even if it changes your life, will not ruin your life. Humans are amazingly adaptable, and you will survive. Fear can be crippling. Believe me, I know. I'm excited for the pit of dread that this speech placed in my stomach to dissipate after tonight. Part of growing is overcoming your fears. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to say no. Sometimes that's difficult. We all want to be able to help everyone, but no one can do everything. But also don't be afraid to say yes. Try new things. Explore. Don't be afraid to not know. For all of the random bits of information that high school has placed into my head, I still don't know many things. Important things like what I want to do or where I want to end up. And I know that many of you are in the same situation. That's all right. It's okay to not know, but it's also important to not let the indecision bind you. Just start. If it takes a little longer because you keep changing your dream, you'll end up with more life experience. I used to want to clean up garbage from parks for a living. That is no longer the case, but at least I have a backup plan. You all have the potential to achieve greatness. And when I say that, I don't mean that you will all succeed in what you might plan. You won't. I don't mean that you will all be rich or famous, because you won't. But greatness doesn't equal perfection. You can be great if you change one life. You can be great if you are the person who walks into the gray office every morning with a smile on your face. Being great has nothing to do with you and everything to do with how you make others feel. If you want to be great, be kind. We finally made it. We are about to enter some of the best years of our lives. We are in our prime, and we should take advantage of that. Don't waste your potential. So much time and effort has gone into making you who you are today, so don't throw that away, do something with it. In case you zoned out at any time during my speech, to recap, you are unique, you are important. Strive to be the best version of yourself. Don't be afraid, be kind, and good luck.